All right, you Gexkin rock and rollers, you. We're not just live, we are a Kickstarter live. So I moved the venue. We're in the laboratory. There's an oven here. There's an oven behind me, and which I'll use in a moment. So today, what I wanted to do was show you a whole bunch of the devices that we're experimenting with. So it's beyond the three that you've seen thus far: the grip hook, the grip hanger, and the grip loop, and show you a whole bunch more stuff that so you can understand some of the devices that we'll be sending out. For example, with the scientist package or the experimenter package or the educator package. So some of what I'm about to show you is what we'll send out. So actually, let me just position the computer, because on the wall you'll see here the landing pad, which I moved from the office. This is the landing pad that we'll be sending out. If we hit our stretch goal, it's a bit of a stretch, but let's see if we can do it. But this is the landing pad, in which you'll see there's the grip hanger hanging as well as a grip hook, and it's held up by two grip tiles that will come with the landing pad to hold it up on the wall. Let me demonstrate how grip tiles work actually for you. I don't think I've done that in the past. So I have my handy dandy piece of painted drywall. Here is a grip tile. Okay, it's got the toe pad. So to use it, what you want to do is peel off the liner, as always. And if you have a magnet, for example, on your fridge, then use the grip tile the same way. The idea being, and here is my business card on the back. There's the gecko foot. So you'd use the grip tile the way you would a magnet, say, on your fridge. So you can grip paper, cardboard as you will, and grip it to any surface in your home or office, just like you would, again, a magnet on your fridge or a file cabinet. So that's the grip tile, okay? And that's what you see holding the landing pad. Now, also, people looked at that and they said, all right, that's neat. I'll put this back up. Can you make it two-sided? And we said, yes, we can. So please keep in mind, the grip tile is meant only to hold paper. And in fact, this device, which we call a two-sided grip tile, not surprisingly, is also meant to hold just paper, nothing more. You must have the tendon. Remember your Gexkin anatomy. You must have a tendon to hold up more weight. So you have a two-side device, and so one side will go on the painted drywall, and then the other side is designed to hold paper. And there you have it. That's the grip tile two-sided, or as we call it, the grip tile TS. So that will be going on the website after the Kickstarter. All right. So that's one we've been playing with that I want to show you today. Here comes another experimental one, actually. This one is, we don't have a name for it, but it's designed only for clear or very smooth surfaces. So it's in the grip tile family. It's meant to hold only paper, but it's totally transparent for clear and smooth surfaces. So I have a piece here of plexiglass, so I'm not throwing around actual glass in the laboratory. So I peel the liner off of both sides, and as you see, it's largely transparent. And I'll grip the glass. I'll still use my business card. There you have it there. So it's largely transparent. So this one is one of the experimental devices that we're playing with right now. And then we have a different one that we're just in the process of making and testing that we would use on textured surfaces. So it's a different device. This one's for smooth, and that one will be for textured, such as painted drywall. So you'll be able to do the same thing, but it'll be smooth using film, whereas the other ones I showed you were using foam. So it peels off just fine, and then we can peel it off the business card as well. It has the toe pad, the signature toe pad, to peel it off. All right, so next, actually, when I posted this Kickstarter Live, I posted a interesting looking gecko's foot, which is a type of grip hook. So I wanted to show that to you because we're now starting to play with new designs. So using the painted drywall, here you have a prototype of what I showed in that picture of a gecko's foot. So we're just playing with this one as well. It's the first of its kind, but we'll make some more. At this point, it's just a simple device of that nature that I wanted to show you because I know a few of you have hilariously commented on, I'll just eloquently say, the aesthetics of the current grip hook. And so I appreciate that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right, so coming down pike in experimental or new designs, new colors for grip hooks. And because the peel is so much of what we concentrate on, then grab one of the toes and now you have the peel propagation. That's so important for a good geck skin device. One of the problems that people have articulated for us is where to put things when you don't really want to hook. So we have another experimental device that looks like this. And again, prototype, experimental, sorry. Okay, this one we have, so far at least, affectionately named the grip pocket. And the point of the grip pocket, once again, gripping and peeling from any surface in your home or office of that nature, right, of these walls that we've been looking at. But the whole point of the grip pocket, when it was first envisioned, was really, not surprisingly, to hold your phone. So the whole idea of everybody can use another pocket. And people immediately looked at that and they said, oh, I can put my keys in there, I can put my pens in there. And I said, yes, absolutely. So that's one we're experimenting with as well. And it's the phone. We can make another one that is lateral, for example. But that's the first of these, one of the experimental items. And of course, there'll be a toe pad on it to peel it off the surface. Now, one of our more avid admirers looked at that and said, all right, I'll tell you what I need. She said, I need a place to put my chapstick where I need it. Is that the cutest thing you've ever seen? So it's a version of the grip pocket, but the goal of then this one, with that geck skin admirer made clear to me is, look, you want to solve a problem? I've got a problem for you to solve. I want to put my chapstick next to my bed. I want to have one. I want to have one next to my desk. I want to have one in the bathroom. I want to have one by the front door, and I want to have one in the car. So the idea of being able to put chapsticks where one wants to use them was her idea. So that was fantastic. What a wonderful idea. It certainly solves a simple problem. And so we made a smaller one just for chapsticks. Oh, we have a chatter. One. I can't read it. I'm going to be opening the website. More hooks and hangers. I love it. Oh, thank you, an admirer. So this person saying, when will the website become available? This Kickstarter will end on July 27th. So July 28th is the answer to your question. Thank you for asking. All right. So that was a smaller version of the grip pocket that we're just playing with at this point. Again, first generation prototype. We'll want to get the user experience just right for that fantastic user admirer to be able to hang her chapstick wherever she wants. Now, one of the things that we have been working on from the beginning is geck skin gripping itself, actually. So, which we affectionately call geck on geck. All right. So here are two pieces of geck skin film, connect and then held with a D-ring on each one. Now, of course, they both have a liner. So I'll peel off the liner. Now, the whole point of geck skin or geck on geck, gripping and peeling itself, is actually the beginning of the notion of a closure, for example. whether that's in apparel or industrial applications, packaging, etc. Multiple industrial applications that have come our way. But here's what I wanted to show you while I'm fiddling with it. So you have the two strips of the GECSkin devices. So what I'm going to do is place them where on the coated side, where so the two, to create a full GECSkin device, press them together. It's a nice thin device. And what you'll notice is that the shear strength is remarkably several tens of pounds of shear strength. And it's delightful because it mimics also the notion of a gecko, but now with GECSkin gripping and peeling from itself. So this is very strong. We can make these out of different materials as well. But this is the beginning, just the beginning, to the notion of a closure. And many people have contacted us over the years, so I can pull on this really hard. I'll probably just break the bond here before I can actually break the bond between the two pieces. But, as I always like to say, feel the peel, because it'll peel right off very nicely. And you'll also notice, if you have the educator package and you receive these, the lack of tack. So these have almost no tack to them at all. And yet, when I put them together, because they've been engineered to do so, you'll notice that the strength is insanely strong, remarkably strong, surprisingly. But the fact is, like a gecko, it needs to be able to peel cleanly and easily and repeatedly. One more word about the notion of gec on gec, if I may, for anybody out there who's watching this or may watch the video, and think for a second, which many people do, that this is a closure in and of itself, and the answer is it's not. In order to be GECSkin, okay, a real GECSkin device, there's that notion of pad, skin, and tendon, and that applies to closures as well. Therefore, people often say, look, send me a device, samples, send me samples. If I send this in terms of making a closure for an article of clothing or packaging or industrial application, this is only 1/3 of a closure, a GECSkin closure device. The other 2/3 are design and integration, just like with the gecko's foot, leg, tendon, and bone structure. It requires a systemic solution, the entirety of the material, how we design it so that the peel won't propagate unnecessarily or when you don't want it to, undesirably, and then how it integrates into the larger product, whether that's a jacket or packaging. So I wanted to make clear that this notion of send me a sample of the material, okay, there's a material, but it's not a closure because it requires the other two components of design and integration into the larger product. All right, last two. So you have the grip hanger. That's one of the 3 products that that's offered in the Kickstarter campaign. But if we want to go beyond 5 pounds, the current grip hanger holds 5 pounds. I'm in a laboratory, so I'm just going to put this up for a second because I'm going to hang 10 pounds for you. This holds 10 pounds. And what I'll do is I'll use the oven because just like a grip hanger, also I've mentioned that some people have said they're using a grip hanger over the side of a table. For example, some women have said they're using it for a purse. I love that. So if I use the side of the oven and I press it on, I have to be careful because it is 10 pounds and I don't want to break anything. Not my lab. Here's the 10 pounds. Okay, like I say, I'm not going to leave it up there for the last few minutes of the talk, but I want to show you that this is one of our experimental devices that will also be going out to be able to hold 10 pounds. And I imagine, for example, some very heavy winter coats or some very heavy shoe racks that will exceed 5 pounds, and you might be interested in holding 10. The last device that we're experimenting with, one you'll be, I hope, delighted to see, is a new grip hook. This is one that we're developing, and it looks like this. It's similar to the other one, slightly more attractive, but this one is designed to hold 5 pounds. So I'll end with demonstrating this grip hook designed to hold 5 pounds. This is painted cinder block. I'll angle the camera down a bit and press it on. As always, press on the device. Make sure it's fully engaged. As I said last time, the way I say it is you have to invite Mr. Van der Waals to the party. And really what we're trying to do is establish the full surface area, to establish a bond across the entire surface area of the device. 5 pounds. 5 pounds from testing. So there we have it. It's live. So, as you can imagine over the years. So there's the beginning of the 5 pound grip hook. That will also be one of the experimental devices that we'll be sending out as we figure out how to make more of those. But everything I've shown you today is handmade. Everything I've shown you today are prototypes. Everything I've shown you are experimental devices that we're now figuring out how do we manufacture these, how do we refine them. And once again, thank you for your Kickstarter support, which gets us on our way to Kickstart, not only sending you the devices you've purchased, but also now you can see where we're going with this. Just the beginning. The first 3 in this Kickstarter campaign are just the beginning. And you can see we'll have different designs, we'll have different capacities, different capabilities of holding things for you and hopefully solving additional problems, not just your telephone, but other things around your house. So thank you for tuning into this 3rd Kickstarter Live. I'll probably do one more day or 2 before the very end to rally support for the rest of the remainder of the campaign. And thanks very much, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.